Welcome to episode 153 of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. I'm your host and fellow student, Michelle Nelson, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can better communicate with our contractors and build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. Last week, we went over 8 things you should never say to your contractors. I'm a little hoarse this week, but I want to do a brief episode so we can complete our list. But this is by no means a comprehensive list. If you can think of some other things we should never say to a contractor, let me know in the comment section of the show notes at BYHYU.com. That's BYHYU.com. Before we get to the rest of our list, I want to give a great big thank you to Kinder Trump, who wrote our most recent 5-star rating and review. He's a remodeling contractor who says he finds the episodes informative and thoughtful. He says, in part, quote, "Thank you for helping my potential clients approach their projects in a more informed, comfortable manner." End quote. Wow. Thank you so much. It's exciting to have a professional write in with such kind words. I'm humbled by that and I'm encouraged. Thank you, Kinder Trump. All right, let's get to number 9 on our list of things you should never say to your contractor. Number 9, I bet we're going to be good friends. Although we definitely want to be friendly with our contractors, we shouldn't strive to be actual friends with them, at least not while your house is being built. It's important to set a professional tone from the beginning and be clear that you expect good quality work in a timely manner. Keeping things consistently professional throughout the length of the project makes it easier for you to speak up when work doesn't meet your expectations or when contractors fail to show up on the job site. Number 10, you can see the other bids before you give me yours. That's like letting your contractor cheat off of his neighbor's paper. No, sir. Eyes on your own work. Let your contractor come up with his own bid independently. If you let him see the other bids, his price will most likely be just a hair below the lowest bid in hopes that he will be awarded the job and make the highest possible profit. Maybe he would be able to do the job for thousands or hundreds of dollars less than his closest competitor. But if you let him see his competitor's bid, you may never know that. Number 11. I've listened to home building podcasts and watched lots of YouTube videos, so I probably know just as much as you do about construction. That comment is just plain insulting. Even getting hundreds of hours of informal or even formal design and construction education can't make up for all the on-the-job experience that many contractors have. They often have first-hand knowledge about the best techniques and solutions for a particular job. It's okay to share your knowledge by making suggestions or asking questions, but you don't want to come across as a know-it-all. If you're uncomfortable with the choice that your contractor wants to make, get the opinions of other construction professionals before you make a final decision. You don't want to challenge your contractor's decision without some backup from other professionals. Number 12. I don't know anything about anything, so I'm counting completely on you to make decisions for this project. Okay, in the same way you don't want to come across as a big shot know-it-all, you also don't want to come across as overly modest about what you know. The whole reason for resources like this podcast is so we can make educated decisions when we're building our new homes. It's a good idea to have a general understanding about different aspects of the project before talking to potential contractors. That way, you'll be able to better understand the contractor's language and ask intelligent questions when you're confused. It's to your advantage to subtly let your contractor know that you have some knowledge about residential construction by dropping a few construction terms or asking pertinent questions when appropriate. If the contractor knows you have some understanding of designing construction, they're less likely to try to cut corners or do subpar work. Number 13, I've got a good feeling about you. I'll take you at your word. We don't need a written contract. You always need a written contract, even if you have a good feeling about someone, even if the contractor came highly recommended, and Even if you're dealing with a family member or friend, a written contract clarifies expectations regarding the work to be done, the payment, and the payment schedule. If you have a good feeling about someone, that's great, but you still need a written contract to make sure each party is clear about what's been communicated verbally. Changes to the project should also be in writing, whether by email, text, or on paper. Number 14, I can't pay you today, but I'll have your money next week. Contractors may feel cheated and resentful if you don't pay them as scheduled. If the contractor performs the work to your satisfaction, you should make it your business to pay them at the agreed upon time. Just as you count on getting your paychecks on time, so do contractors. Contractors may be more likely to show up as scheduled on the job site when they know they'll be paid reliably. Number 15. I know it's really cold, raining, snowing, windy, or muddy, but can't you do your work anyway? Windy weather can cause falls when contractors are working outside. Concrete work and some insulation work can't be done if it's too cold. Rain can hinder framing and other outdoor tasks. Be understanding and patient when bad weather slows the progress of your construction. There's nothing contractors can do about the weather. Please don't insist that they work in bad weather. That's not a reasonable request, and it may compromise your home's structural integrity and the safety of your contractors. Lastly, number 16. Since you have lots of experience and you're giving me a good price, it's okay that you're not licensed and insured. It's just a bad idea to hire a contractor that's not licensed and insured. Licensing offers proof that the contractor has met certain industry training standards and is allowed to do work in your area. If you hire an unlicensed contractor and his work does not meet local building codes, or if the contractor doesn't pull the necessary permits, an unlicensed contractor, by the way, cannot pull the necessary permits. If that happens, you'll be responsible for making the changes to meet code. Allowing work to be done by an unlicensed contractor could also void your homeowner's insurance policy should a claim arise as a result of that work. If you hire someone without insurance, if something goes wrong, instead of the contractor's insurance company paying out to cover the accidents, theft, repairs, or replacements, you as homeowner might be stuck with the bill. Think of it this way. If a contractor will cut corners by not having a license and insurance, where else will he cut corners? Well, that's all I have for you this week. If you haven't subscribed to the show, make sure you do that so new episodes will automatically be downloaded to your device. And don't forget to head over to the show notes at BYHYU.com to include anything I may have forgotten on our list of things you've learned to never say to a contractor. Thanks for stopping by this week. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you'll come back next week for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University. BYHYU. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete, it's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home.